Friends, hello everyone. If you are watching this video, then most likely I personally sent you the link and welcome you to my YouTube channel. I decided to start it because from time to time I film something, send it to friends, send it to family. Pasha said, start a YouTube channel. We will watch it, maybe someone else will find it interesting. So I thought, why not start it? Because you can watch three things endlessly at how water flows, how fire burns, and how someone else works. So let me work and you can watch. From time to time there are interesting objects, interesting projects, and some interesting numbers to show. If you somehow stumbled upon this channel and don't know me, my name is Pasha. I currently live in Florida, in the city of Boca Raton, and work here as a handyman. So subscribe to the channel. I don't know what the format will be yet. Most likely I will film something throughout the week, all my work, and then edit it. And possibly on Sunday I will post this video for 15 to 20 minutes. And I hope you will find it interesting. So as not to beat around the bush, let's start with something interesting right away. I'll show you the project I'm currently working on and tell you a bit about its history. Look, this is the house that I took on to paint. I've actually done a lot of work here already. I laid this paving stone, filled in the gaps, did the water drainage, gutters, and did a lot inside as well. So I've been working here for quite a while. Now he asked me to paint the house. This is already an interesting, you could say, project work where you can earn good money. As I said, we've been working for a long time. I said, okay, let's do it. I'll paint this house for you for $2,000. It's a bit more than 2,000 square feet. So it will be $1 per square foot, even a little less. This is, let's say, a market, or even slightly below market price. Everyone tries to paint for $2, including paint. If without paint, they want to paint for $1 to $50. But if they're told to paint for $1, most often, everyone agrees. Not the best price, but we've been working for a long time. And I think, well, okay, I'll do it, because we'll continue working together. Let it be $1, it's no big deal. And the client tells me, can you also repair the walls for me? We were corresponding. I tell him, well, okay, but you'll need to pay extra for that. He asks how much. I say, well, let's make it $500. I think to myself, I'll be there for a day at most. Repairing these walls, meaning some chips here and there, there were old screws, they need to be filled, maybe somewhere on the windows, the slopes, something chipped off. I'll spend the day calmly working somewhere, Clara, doing some sanding and all that. And just so you understand, I spent 4 days repairing the walls here. 4 days. Because the client thought a bit differently. And when I started scraping, it turned out that I had to scrape much more than I wanted, and so on. And I said, but we agreed a bit differently. And he tells me, how differently? You said I will redo it. Redo it. Well, an experience. This is not a reason to quit the job. This is a reason to think about how to properly agree so that I understand and the client understands. And once you've started, there's no need to run away either. You need to finish the job. Then on this wall, the client says, let's wash the whole house with a Karcher. I tell him that's additional work. He says, no, everyone does it. Everyone washes like that. Well, in short, I say, let's wash it with the Karcher. I start washing the house and the paint begins to peel off right down to the window. By the way, what you see now is after I've primed the house. The paint starts peeling off. He tells me that's it. We need to wash it off completely with the Karcher. The house, all the old paint needs to be removed because that's the right way to do it. At this point, I couldn't take it anymore. This was on my 3rd working day. I took my tools and said, this is a bit too much. I'm not ready to spend a week repairing these walls for $500. I told him either we pay extra for this work or we do it ourselves. Then the client says he washed it himself. And later he will come to show that he washed something here. I arrived and primed it now. By the way, it's rare for someone to prime the entire house before painting it. Most often they just paint it with 2 layers. And that's it! Here I was told that, according to the technology, it needs to be primed. So I primed it. And I think that maybe today and one more working day I will finish it. So, that's the story. It turned out I have $2,500 here for this work, along with the repair, along with the painting, with everything. And it will take about a full working week. You might say you become arrogant that you earn $2,500 in a week and are still not satisfied. I am satisfied, everything is fine, but on such projects, as I already mentioned, most often we should be earning. There are jobs where we sow and there are those where we reap. That is to say, sometimes I do these small jobs, people ask me to come over, fix something small, transport something or something else. And I pay for this work for advertising. I spend an hour to an hour and a half and earn my $100, $150. And after deducting gas and advertising, about $100 remain. This is not a lot of money because you spend on it a few hours. But I like such jobs because I get to enter a new house, meet some new people, and I have the opportunity to do my job well and show what I can do. And in the end, when people are satisfied, I give them my business card saying that you can contact me. I also do this and that and that. And people say, oh, great, we will contact you. And then they do contact me. Oh, and we need this too, and we need that as well. I travel, do something, and then these people eventually need to have some big work done. That is to paint the house, to do a bathroom turnkey, to paint perhaps kitchen cabinets, some kind of serious work. And everyone understands that this work doesn't cost $50 an hour, not $300. That is, this is serious work. You need to find a good craftsman who will do it excellently, and they are ready to pay money for it. Others. And on these projects, we are already reaping the benefits. That is, we enter and earn not $300 a day, not $400 a day, but possibly $500+ a day. Such projects, unfortunately, are not frequent for me right now. But if they come up once a month or twice a month with such a great project, it turns out that I occasionally travel somewhere, do small jobs, and then once every 2 weeks. An interesting order popped up, I completed it, and in total it results in a decent amount for the month. So this project was supposed to be the one where we reap the rewards. Where could I enter and earn those $2,500, for example, in 4 or ideally in 3 days? It's really great money and a really great job. But it turned out the way it did. No worries. We gain experience. We earn money. You might think that I've become arrogant there, and I'm already turning up my nose. I haven't become arrogant at all. It's fine. For me, it's still good money. And I'm pleased that there's such a job where I can earn it. Everything is fine, but I'm gaining a bit of experience. So stay tuned to our line. Don't change the channel. There's more to come. Monday, the start of the work week. Good morning to everyone. Like almost every good morning, we started here at Home Depot. I really love this store. It has almost everything we need. Any building materials, any tools, everything you could want. Now I need to go in and buy a roller stick, because the last day I was painting the house, we were attacked by dogs. More precisely, the client was, and my stick was the first thing he grabbed. He grabbed it and defended himself from the dogs as best as he could. Well, in general, no one was hurt. Neither the dogs nor the client. Only my stick was damaged, which needs to be replaced. Now we will find it. Somewhere in this aisle. Somewhere in this painting aisle, and the stick should be here. I don't see it yet, still looking. Aha, found it. I had one like this with a plastic tip. It's not very convenient because the roller doesn't hold firmly on it. I walk around like this all the time, and it also couldn't withstand the dog attack. So let's take another one. This is the cheapest one. It costs $7. I think we'll take this one for $27 now. Let's see what it is. It has a metal tip here, telescopic, and it's kind of sturdy. So let's take this stick and go finish painting the house. The plan for the week is as follows. Today I need to finish painting the house. If I don't manage to finish, then maybe tomorrow I'll go for an hour or two to hang the gutters. But I hope to get everything done today. Tomorrow I need to take a day off. It's been planned for a long time. There are some personal matters to attend to. Wednesday, Mass, and Thursday. Work is already scheduled. We have Friday and Saturday left. We need to fill them somehow. I think on Wednesday. We'll run some ads and find something for those 2 days. So, Stay tuned, I hope there will be something interesting to show. This evening, once I finish painting everything, I'll record a video to show how it turned out. Well, I've started applying the second coat of paint. This is how it looks. To be honest, I don't really like it because the paint is a budget option. Camera doesn't quite capture it. It seems more or less okay, but honestly, I feel like applying a third coat. Well, I hope we won't have to do that. Maybe the paint will dry a bit more and look better. Not really. In my opinion, it's better to buy premium paint. Great paint with it in 2 coats and get a great result. Rather than this, the story with primers with lots of layers. Cheap paint, and it still doesn't look very good. Let's continue. Sunshine plus 27. Pure bliss. We drink a lot of water because, as they say in Israel, if you feel that you want to drink, you're already late. Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday for me. We are already at a new site. The story with the house is over. I finished it. The client is satisfied. I didn't film anything else because, to be honest, I was finishing up there with a flashlight, already setting up under the gutters, and there was no more time. I'll attach a photo now. I'll show how everything turned out. Now at the new site, I'll show what we'll be doing here in the next couple of days. And I'll tell its story in general. And maybe this house will appear in your frames more than once. I hope so. So we have a bathroom where we need to dismantle these 3 large mirrors covering the entire wall. We'll dismantle them. One task is to take apart these cabinets. This countertop. In short, the client said to throw all of this in the trash. These seemingly brand new sink cabinets. He said to throw everything in the trash. Nothing is needed. Faucets, everything. Everything is to be removed. This is task number 1. Next, we also need to dismantle the mirrors. Here you see this wall, it's all covered with mirrors. The client said everything needs to be removed, dismantled, and completed. Also these doors. The only thing that these tile baseboards need to be carefully dismantled to preserve them. And task number 3 is to strip off these peacocks and prepare the wall for painting. That is, here it has been plastered properly. Someone plastered something before the wallpaper. All of this will need to be sanded down, and possibly some areas will need additional plastering. And the same thing. In this room, we also strip off the peacocks and prepare the wall. For painting, now I'll start doing something with the mirrors, and perhaps when there is a lunch break, I'll tell you the story about this project, what needs to be done here, how I found it, how we communicated, and so on. We need to start with these mirrors because the technician will come tomorrow, and we need to wrap everything up here for him to work. I have these strong suction cups. There's a hammer, and now we're going to do something. Because, to be honest, I've never dismantled such huge mirrors. They are somehow glued to the entire scene. But now we will try. The client said that nothing needs to be preserved. The mirrors can be broken into the bathtub. If we scratch it, it's okay. No big deal. The tiles, everything here will be changed. A complete renovation will be done. So, let's get started. Just a few minutes and the first mirror is on its way. You see, it was such that I don't even want to say what it was mounted on. The wall was painted and something was smeared on the paint. I don't know what it is, but they smeared it with something like that. And there are places where the mirror shut off from it, possibly a long time ago. And there are places where the paint was simply peeled off. And these blobs just remained on the mirror. So, I'm sure that all the other mirrors are installed in the same way. Now we will quickly dismantle them and continue working further. Yes, these mirrors are not yielding. They also wobble, but there are some blobs further on that I cannot remove. So, now the situation is like this. This mirror wobbles a bit, it comes off. I will now push everything in here. Either a block like this, or there are small wedges. I'll find something else. And the plan is this. I hide myself, hold the fish, and just with a slight push, I break this mirror. In the middle, it all crumbles. I pull out the pieces, and then I clean everything up. I stay here. Now I'll place the phone here so you understand the whole story. Well, with these two mirrors, it was simple. With this one, not so much. There was no way to account for it, no way to remove it with suction cups because it's huge. It could have been possible. But there's a hammer, which I just, from behind. The corner, throw at the mirror. Cool thing. I know there are businesses where people just pay money. They pass by and bought a little, some mirrors, something else. And I have a job for which I get paid. We take the hammer. We'll do it. Get satisfaction, and we'll get paid for it. Let's move on. And it's finished. We managed to complete this job in an hour and a half. Friends, by the way, what do you think? Is it normal, the story, yes, with mirrors on blobs, or not really? It seems to me a bit of a mess, because the mirror was literally just on this little ledge, and on top, just like that, a kilogram of silicone fixed under the ceiling. In fact, it was standing on 2 points below, smeared on top, and that's it. Here on the left and right, just metal. Those aluminum rods were standing, that's the whole story. A little tug and it would all fall apart. I think it's not very good, and these walls also got stained with paint. What do you think? Write in the comments. It will be interesting to read. Friends, we'll tell you a little about the history of this object. As you can see, I've already dismantled it because it took me 2.5 hours. By the way, I'll also have to take out all this trash. So a few weeks ago, this client writes to me. He writes, "Pasha, please come and estimate the house for me. I will become its owner in a few weeks, and there are some works to be done there." Well, okay, I arrived, and the owner says, I need to do here everything. I will be renovating the bathrooms, dismantling the old tiles. In short, redo everything completely except for the floor. We are keeping this floor, but everything else will be painted, including the baseboards. We are redoing everything. I calculated everything, said it emotionally. He writes to me, okay, I'll keep it in mind. And that's it. A week or two passed, I think. Well, it's clear, he has me in mind. We move on. This kitchen, by the way, I also want to completely remodel. I leave it, but I will completely remodel. And the owner writes to me a few days ago, please come dismantle. There are mirrors and do this work, the one I showed in the video today. I say, okay, I'll come do everything. I ask, so are we starting to work? So I understand, because I need to move some of my work somewhere as well. Or cancel, or what? He says, no, just dismantle these mirrors for me and that's all for now. I ask, so maybe I'll just dismantle the mirrors and that's it. Someone else does the rest. By the way, here we also dismantle everything. And everything is done anew. And the client writes to me, Pasha, in short, I'll be honest with you. Here's the price list. Other companies came here. 8 companies. They all calculated and gave their prices. And here's the price list. You can take a look. And what can I tell you, friends? My price didn't pass for any of the work. That is, I lost to everyone. Everyone who came here offered a lower price than I did. I look at those prices there. Formation. $1 per square foot. I tell him, look, I calculated for you at $2 including premium paint. Someone here calculated for you at $1, so most likely they just quoted for the labor. Paint is not included. He says, no. It's with paint. I think, how with paint? I tell him, well, maybe it's some non-premium paint, just budget friendly. He says, no. No, with premium paint, $1. Those are friends. That's what I said at the last project there. That I supposedly paint everything cheaply, so here people, for you to understand, for $1 they paint a square foot together with Benjamin Moore paint. I was a little surprised. And I tell him, well, no, for $1. I'm definitely not ready to paint because it's unclear how much I'll earn here if I also buy premium paint for all this. Everything needs to be painted. Walls, ceiling. The ceiling will be one color, the walls another, the exterior of the house is also being painted. Well, a lot of work. So I say, well, no, I probably won't take on the painting, but we can discuss other work. And the client writes to me, Pasha, I'll be honest, I look at your Instagram and you remind me a lot of my parents. They came here in 1965 from Greece, didn't know the language, it was hard. They worked. Well, I understand that everything is good in this family now and they succeeded. And he writes to me, what are you to me? How did you like it as a person? And I look at your work on Instagram, I like it too. Maybe come over and let's start doing something. We'll be dismantling something, maybe we'll start doing some work already. Okay, about the paint. I understood. Someone else will be doing this. In short, let's start collaborating. I arrived thinking, okay, I'm also pleased, the guy is really cool, we arrived and he was like this. Very friendly, you know, as if we've known each other for a long time. I come in and he's like, oh, Pasha, hello, come in. Well, that's great. In short, I arrived, I'll do this work now. I think he'll also appreciate it, see how I did it, how I work, go on and so on. And then he will also make decisions on how and with whom to work. So, if he is satisfied, I will be satisfied. I think you will see this house more than once because there is really a lot of work to be done here. I dismantled this sink, the owner asked me to keep it intact. I broke the cabinet, threw it away, and he said he wants to replace the cabinet, but keep the sink. Now we can proceed with dismantling the mirrors on the wall. I will go to the store now, get some paper. I want to completely cover this floor. As I already mentioned, this tile will stay here, and soon electricians, plumbers, and painters will start coming in. I will be walking around, some debris will be carried out, so inevitably something might fall on it. Or just... Now I'll go buy some paper and completely cover the floor. And importantly, I'm thinking about these mirrors. If something here breaks or falls, I will definitely damage it. At the very least, I'll scratch this floor. So now I'll probably go and buy such OSB boards. I'll lay down 2, maybe 3 sheets on the floor in front of the mirror. And then I'll start working on these mirrors. Bought 2 sheets for $15 each, $30 for 2 pieces. I could have bought just one, I think it would have been enough, but the idea is I bought 2 because I will try to dismantle these mirrors without damaging them, and I think I'll just put one of these sheets on the car roof, then stack all the mirrors I dismantle and place them on top. The second sheet, I'll tie it all up with a rope and take it to the dump. Because just putting a mirror on the roof is dangerous. If it cracks or breaks, that's a problem. So I'll gather it like a sandwich with the mirrors in the middle, tie it with a rope, and take it away. I hope this works. We'll see. So, friends, the mirror story. It continues for me. Here in the room, it doesn't light up just on the honest path. Neither is it for piles, but only for him it shouldn't. Be a little scary, to be honest. And he spent 2 years in artillery. But without minuses, it's just like a pistina. I took it from pistina. Border. All these mirrors popped out. You see, it all peeled off along with the paint. The paint holds on just so. Well, that's fine. I stacked them all here in a bundle. There are various nibbles. The doors are very heavy. Now we'll call a friend. He'll come and help me load all this onto the roof because they are firstly very heavy, and secondly, there's a risk. When placing them on the roof like that, they might crack right at the bend, and you could get injured. As I said, now we place OSB here, put all the mirrors on top of it, stack another OSB, and everything is secured with straps. And I unloaded some of this junk. The tools are here, and now I'm throwing all this junk in here. And here on the sides. We'll also load all these new sinks. The faucets. We'll go to the dump tomorrow morning. And the client just came in, so pleased. Oh, dude, you bought USB. Great that you protected the floor. And overall, he liked the taped up floor. He was like, oh, wow, how cool these blue lines look. Well, in short, everything is fine. He's satisfied. He says, I can't believe you did this yourself. You're kind of crazy. I say, no, really, I did it myself. He says, no, someone must have come to help you. Well, we joked about it. But overall, everything is good. He says, it's cool that you did all this because the plumber is coming tomorrow and now he has the opportunity to work. And so we talked. He says, okay, let's get to work. I like your approach. I like everything. Let's do something. How to proceed when nothing has been agreed upon. And we haven't discussed money yet either, because tomorrow I have something here, then I have a few days of work there. I've already taken on. I need to lay tiles for people in the kitchen, a backsplash. So I'll finish there and then we'll do something. We'll start negotiating something, what the next steps are. I hope someone besides my mom has watched up to this point. If there are such people, I thank you very much. Stay tuned. In the next video, I will show how this story with the mirrors ended and how much was paid for it. Also, I will show the tile work, the one we will be doing in people's kitchens. And also, I think that at this site we will already start some new project. I'm also curious about what it will be, for what money, and so on. So subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll stay in touch. Bye-bye everyone.